Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. On Sunday, the President handed over a check valued $1.5 million to support the annual Upper Mazaruni District Games, which was relaunched after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. During his remarks, the head of state noted that in order to build strong and competitive football teams, talent must be selected from all regions across the country.
If we are to build football, we have to identify talent from all across the regions in Guyana. We have to bring those talent, we have to, nurture the talent, support the talent, and then put the talent forward in our national pool.
The President also committed to establishing a shade house in the community of the winning team. This will be part of an initiative to enable food security in the community.
We're working in every single community to ensure that our communities become food secure. Our children must have access to the best nutrition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something here to this tournament. You're playing not for your team alone, but for your community. So the winning team will be supported by the government with a shade house to support your food security program in your community.
Speaking on his One Guyana initiative, the President said government will launch a One Guyana Cup that will see teams from every region participating in football games. Further, at least 50 persons will be selected to be a part of a special development program to further improve their skills. His Excellency told this year's Youth and Natural Resources Apprentices that by 2030 they will be living in the best city in the world, while he underscored the importance of their involvement in the transformation process. The President, who addressed the apprentices at State House on Tuesday evening, said that Silica City, when completed, will bridge modern facilities with a sustainable approach to living.
Young Guyana would grow up now in what will be a new city, Silica City, a smart city, a city that will encompass all the modern features, all the environmental features, sustainability features, fresh water. It's a city that will be connected to the old city. You will be growing up in an environment in which we are building an innovation village. Only last week we met with a team that is coming to do the first innovation village of the Caribbean and Latin America.
This new city, he added, is one component of the country's transformation, which will also include the establishment of an innovation hub as well as massive development in the agriculture sector. All of these initiatives, the President emphasized, are integrally tied to youth involvement.
We are working on a massive program to build this innovation village. We have launched a very special program with young people to address food security, the Shade House program. You are growing up in an era in which Guyana will move from importing fresh flowers to producing all our local fresh flowers. An era where Guyana will be moving from importing strawberries, blueberries, blackberries to an era where we will produce all of that right here.
President Ali underscored that while the oil and gas sector unlocks resources, Guyana's development is not solely hinged on those funds. The resources from that sector, he reiterated, will be managed responsibly to build the economy in a sustainable manner. President Ali charged the professionals to show compassion and demonstrate competence while delivering their services. The President said that the oath brings a high level of honesty and integrity.
Decisions that you make impact the lives of generations of people. Whenever you have the power through an instrument that can affect the lives of people positively or negatively, it brings an additional layer of responsibility to you, that you exercise that power with great care, responsibility, and a sense of honesty and dignity that the profession requires.
Moving forward, Dr. Ali said 3 manuals must be developed in the areas of mathematics, writing skills and language, and geography landscape. Accordingly, he recommended a 3-month compulsory program for the surveyors to complete studying the relevant textbooks.
Before you advance on to the program itself, you must pass a basic testing in these 3 areas. So it forces potential surveyors to pay attention to these 3 important skill areas that is required.
Government is also looking at numerous options to provide scholarships and other learning opportunities for persons desirous of achieving higher education in the profession. Students of Kanji Creek, Region 6, pursuing secondary education outside of the area will soon be housed at the Amerindian Hostel in Stanleytown as government seeks to ensure every child has equal access to education. President Ali made the announcement on Thursday after concerns to access equal education were raised during a meeting in the Riverine community.
I'm going to ask the Ministry of Education, Marcia, let's work on this to see how we can extend the Amerindian Hostel and to see if we can put in some other rooms and facility to help the children from the creek. We'll go ahead with that. We'll go ahead with that project to extend the hostel to take care of it.
The announcement was welcomed by the residents. Internet access was another concern raised at the meeting. President Ali said that a team will return by next Wednesday to address the issue and see what interventions can be made by the government. It was also disclosed that government is working with the private sector to see what role it can play in providing internet access.
We are also working with the service providers to see how they can expand their network. So we're going to see if they can send a representative also to that meeting.
Government, in its effort to improve access to education and education delivery, invested $74.4 billion in the sector in this year's national budget. President Ali also told residents of Maikoni Creek that his government would continue to engage with rural communities to understand how current programs and policies are benefiting them and to access their future needs. The head of state, after consultation with farmers, announced several proactive measures, including the deployment of a team from the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, NDIA. The president was accompanied by Minister of Agriculture, Zulfikar Mustafa, representatives from the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority, regional officials, as well as representatives from the Office of the President. President Ali on Friday launched Phase 1 of the President's Youth Advisory Council. The launch of the Advisory Council is the fulfillment of a manifesto commitment made by the PPPC administration.
Why are we here today? What is this future we're talking about? Where is Guyana's future taking us all? How are we getting there? When are we getting there? And by whom? Who will be taking us there? I'm very pleased this afternoon to be with you as we launch this great initiative in which we are trying to mainstream youth involvement in the development process and advancement of our country.
The President's Youth Advisory Council is made up of young people from across Guyana, from various backgrounds and with a wide array of skill sets. President Ali told the members of the Advisory Council that they are living in a country that will be among the best by the year 2030.
It is very important to note that this composition is not a political composition. This body of young people, and as you can see, the skill set is diverse as it can come. We have people who are economists, people who are agriculture workers, we have people who are pilots, we have people who are accountants, people who are engineers, environmentalists, biologists,
we have a wide array of skill set.
The head of state noted that the advisory council, while it is made up of young people, more than 50% of them are women. He said this speaks volumes as to how Guyana is evolving as a society, noting that there was a time when women hardly had any leadership roles. This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Join us again next week.